David the Haymaker Haye is back. He's back. He's just beat Joe Fornier, and he's got that confidence. He's oozing it. He's oozing confidence, and he's calling out Tyson Fury. He wants to fight the Gypsy King. His post-match interview saying that Tyson Fury is a dosser, and that his Tyson Fury's family know that David Haye is his kryptonite. David Haye is Tyson Fury's kryptonite, and he said that in the fight, because if you watch the fight against Fornier, he threw a lot of jabs. He's beat him with one hand basically, and he said he purposely didn't throw the right hand because he knows he don't want to scare Tyson Fury basically, not fighting him. And yeah, so basically, he's trying to sell the fight. He's trying to sell the fight. Yeah, he's a great salesman. I mean, he sold fucking us the Ole Harrison fight. Come on. He sold us Derek Chisora 2.0. You know what I mean? That's David Haye. Every time Chisora fights, he's fitter, he's faster, he's stronger. And every time he gets in the ring, Chisora lost, didn't it? I mean, although he put up good fights against Usyk, Parker, all these guys, he's always ended up losing. And even though David Haye, he's, like I said, he was his promoter. He was, like I said, not promote whatever. He was his manager. But yeah, Haye knows how to sell fights. With this Tyson Fury fight, I mean, most most boxing fans know that Tyson Fury, David Haye shouldn't really be happening. But we live in a strange world. You got like YouTubers fighting each other. I mean, Jake Paul fighting MMA fighters. It's got Mayweather fighting a YouTuber. So anything's possible. A lot of these older fighters are coming back now, fighting. I mean, if Tyson Fury takes his fight, I think he's gonna get a lot of backlash, obviously, because the fight that people want to see is Tyson Fury versus Joshua. So yeah, so it's more on Tyson, isn't it? If he wants to fight Haye, he'll do it. He'll do what he wants. But I don't think he's got really nothing to gain from this beating Haye. If he beats him, Haye's 40. He's old. He shouldn't really be fighting him. Do you know what I mean? For us, I mean, for the entertainment value, because both guys are characters. For the press conferences, it should really happen because, like I said, these for the press conferences, it'll be entertaining. I'm not saying it shouldn't happen, but it'll be entertaining. I mean, because these guys were supposed to fight in 2013, and David Haye pulled out twice. The first time was, I think it was a week before the fight. He was in great shape, and he got a cut over his eye. I think it's from sparring. And the second time they rescheduled the fight, they were supposed to fight again, but this time David he had surgery on his shoulder, so he couldn't fight Tyson Fury. Although a lot of people were skeptical and thought that David Haye, he was scared of Tyson Fury. They believed that Tyson Fury had the beating of David Haye, so that's why he pulled out. But I mean, maybe in hindsight, seeing it now that Tyson Fury beat Klitschko, he's beat Deontay Wilder. That maybe David Haye was scared back then, but also a lot of people believe that back then David Haye, he was at his peak, wasn't he? I mean, he was at his peak. He was fast. He was explosive. I mean, he was a big puncher. I mean, he hurt value off. Now, he's a bigger guy than Tyson Fury. So if he landed that haymaker, he would have probably took Tyson Fury out. Also, Tyson Fury, he got put down by Steve Cunningham. So who knows what would have happened back then? But yeah, but now if this fight happens, obviously Tyson Fury will beat him. I don't think Tyson Fury's got anything to gain from taking this fight. It's obviously Haye. It's the money. I mean, he said for the Joe Fornier fight that he made he made more money in that fight than the first Tony Bellew fight. So he's made a decent amount of money. So that's why he's doing it. He's fighting Tyson Fury because he wants the money. But crazier things have happened. If they sell this fight correctly, we could see them in a ring. But what do you guys think anyway? Do you think David Haye will fight Tyson Fury? And if they do, who wins? And who would have won back in 2013 when Haye was probably at his peak and Tyson Fury was coming up? Who would have won back then, and who would win now if they fight again?